Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
Game Chat 1, episode 50. Episode 50, Game Chat with Bwana. We are here live at Bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Welcome, everybody, to the show. All you newcomers, all the new people in the chats. Let me scoot over a little bit more. All the new people in chat, people here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here to talk about gaming news, and what we do here at Game Chat Bwana is that we talk about the last 7 days of the best gaming news that we can find on the internets. We scour these websites. We search on Google, Bing, and Ask.com, and Alta Vista. We search on all of these sites and look for the best gaming news. We go to Reddit, we go to Read It, and we go to Yellow It. We find the best gaming news, and we talk about them here in Game Chat with Bwana the last 7 days. And what I do is I try to find the best, but I don't always get the best. And you guys augment my stories by going to our forums at Bwana.tv/forums, and there's a dedicated thread for every single show that we do here. You can go over there and post to those shows, post to that link about the show, that forum link, and you can augment my stories by posting your own stories, and we talk about those towards the end of the show. So I do mine first, and then we do you guys, and then we have what's called Title Time. Title time is when you guys pick a snazzy, jazzed up title. We got a little miniature competition going on in chat. You know, we got Fish Twit and Nicholas Fun Stuff leading the pack. They got about 10,000 title wins. And everybody's always gunning for those two. We got Saram's coming in like third with his titles, and you know, a bunch of other people. You know, everybody submits their favorite titles, and then we vote on those titles, and we come up with a winner. This is episode 50, guys. 50. Can you guys, man, it's been a while. I used to do this show called Bwana.org Radio, and we used to talk about tech, and you know, back then I was doing a lot of tech reviews and gadget stuff and social media stuff and websites and applications, and slowly but surely gaming news crept into Bwana.org Radio, and people were actually submitting feedback, say, Bwana, you should talk more about gaming. So you know, Bwana.org Radio kind of died off a little bit. The viewership dropped tremendously, although people say they miss it, but the numbers were really, really low. So I was like, all right, let me just create a show dedicated to gaming, and here we are. 50 episodes later. Congratulations to Game Chat with Bwana. GCWB now has meaning. Back then, it was just... Oh, boy. Let's go ahead and get started with Game Chat Bwana. Episode 50, y'all.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. TwitchTV, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started with our first story. We're going to kick it off with some PlayStation 3 news. And this has to do with Starhawk. And I think about Starhawk, and I go, wow, I liked that game when I played it. But we have this dilemma that we talk about in Game Chat with Bwana and all things Bwana community. We have this dilemma, this I don't know if it's a disease or a condition, but we call it too many games. Too many games, too many. There's just too many, and I've been sinking my time into all these games that are coming out, all these closed betas, and all these different games, and there's just not enough time to play them all. So we don't. We have to neglect some. Starhawk beta, though, just got updated, and when I played it, I had a lot of fun with it. It got updated, and now they have a 32-player map. And it looks pretty good. You can look at these screenshots here. It looks pretty nice. It's called Planet Dust. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a desert. hence the name Dust. We saw in the previous beta, I think we had 16. What was it? It was 8 versus 8 according to this. I don't remember the exact number. I think it was 8 versus 8. I'll take their word for it. 32 players now, so it's starting to look a little bit more like Starhawk that we remember. These big maps and lots of people on them. But this is the thing I'm kind of interested in. Got to go fast. Got to go fast. This is a new vehicle that was added, the Sidewinder Jetbike, and I can think of people using this for the capture the flag maps, because getting from one end of the map to the other probably is going to take some time if you don't have this thing. So I can imagine people are going to be flying through, because we were in the Starhawk beta when I was playing, we were using the Jeeps to basically get from point A to point B pretty fast, or using the Hawk, the vehicle. That thing was very, very fast. But this thing is a very hard target to hit according to this blog post, and you can use it for quick hit and run attacks because it has guns, fast road kills are always fun, or team up with others to swarm the enemy base. So those of you who like to go fast will probably like the Sidewinder Jetpack. And they're also going to have this particular Ox heavy tank. Kind of looks like a Mako, but with big guns. Say hello to our little friend. What it lacks in speed, it makes up for pure brawn and firepower. You can destroy enemy walls and structures, stuff like that. So if you want to get yourself in a tank, you can. This is in beta right now. Anybody can play. So Starhawk beta is open to anybody with a PlayStation Network account and a PS3, obviously. So go ahead and sign up. Download Starhawk, man. It's great fun. If you got a PS3 and you're like, boy, I'm tired of you talking about PC games all the time. Every time I run Facebook on my PC, the hard drive jumps out and slaps me in the face. The cables try to strangle me. It's like, what are you trying to do, man? I can't load a website. I only have 2 kilobytes of RAM. I have a Pentium -6 at 3 hertz. Not even a megahertz, Bwana. I don't even have a full megahertz, Bwana. How can you expect me to play all these games you're playing? I don't even have a full megahertz. I have 3 hertz. I can't even run calculator without my CPU overheating, Bwana. You and your PC gaming. I don't have $3 billion. Check it out, guys. This is over on blog.us.playstation.com. They got the details over there about Starhawk beta update right now. Now, speaking of PlayStation 3. Speaking of PlayStation 3, this demo, I first saw this from B Woods, who posted it on our forum, and it freaked me out. The makers of the game Heavy Rain, you know, they were given a lot of praise because they gave us a lot of innovative visuals. Not since the Final Fantasy movie that came out, since we seen virtual characters that looked so realistic that it was downright scary. I saw this Kara video. You can check it out in the link. And it's a short little film, which is pretty much a tech demo. It's not going to be a game or anything. But it's using the PlayStation 3 hardware in real time. It's not rendered. It's in real time. I could not believe what I saw. The facial expressions, the frame rate, the stuff that was going on, the audio, everything was top notch, and it was scary. And every time we see things like that, you know, we think about movies and we're like, actors, their job security is in jeopardy, because we can create a lot of great entertainment virtually without even having human interaction. But this little short movie about this artificial intelligence, which was, I mean, it showed emotion, it showed, you know, the voice acting was top notch. It was a great little short movie, but the technology is what they want you to focus on. And when you see it, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, that's the PlayStation 3 doing that? Amazing what they can squeeze out of that little black box. So check this out, guys. This is a very, very impressive demo, tech demo that was done by Quantic Dream. Again, these are the guys behind Heavy Rain. And you're either going to be, I think I can predict 2 emotions coming out of this. You're either going to be freaked out, which is what I was. You're going to be impressed, or you're going to be in disbelief. That's not the PlayStation 3, Bwana. Obviously, they got some kind of IBM black blue box in the background doing the stuff for it. Obviously, this is not the PlayStation 3, Bwana. I don't know what you're thinking, Bwana. I don't know what you're thinking. Gotta use your brain every now and then. People don't use PlayStation 3 for games. The PlayStation 3 has no games. Check it out, guys. This is over on blog.us.playstation.com. They got the details. Now, we're still on that PlayStation 3 kick, and we're going to talk about, well, actually, we're on the console kick, because this game, Final Fantasy 13-2, is available on the PlayStation 3 as well as the Xbox 360. More DLC has been revealed. The Jihl in Coliseum, the more story for Lightning, and the new weapons, which have been kind of announced, going to be coming. These are like little tidbits of DLC coming out for this game. Now, I did buy the previous DLC that we talked about a few shows ago, the Lightning DLC, where you fight. It was a Coliseum DLC. You fight Lightning in the DLC, and you get a super rare drop, and she can become part of your party that you can play with her in the game. So I managed to do that. That was like $2.99. It was worth it. I put about, I don't know, probably about 6 hours into it. Not even 6. It was probably like 3. A lot of people, when I was streaming that fight with Lightning, were like, "Bwana, you're going to be here for days because it's such a rare drop, blah, blah, blah." And I got it in like 3 hours. They were like, "Oh, you suck." And then they left. But Final Fantasy 13-2, some more DLC has been announced. The first one is this Jihl Nabat. This is going to be a Coliseum fight similar to what Lightning was. If you beat the person and you get a rare drop, they can be part of your party in the game. The second DLC, which is probably one of the ones that are interesting to me, is called Lightning Story, Requiem of the Goddess. And if you played Final Fantasy 13-2, and if you've seen the trailers at least, you probably remember Lightning fighting this guy in Valhalla. Battle scene between Lightning and Caius. And what they're going to do is they're going to introduce DLC to give you more content on that battle. It was kind of like a background thing that really wasn't the forefront of the story, even though it was the very first cutscene in the game. But pricing and other details are coming later for that one, so I imagine they're probably going to kick that up to like $10 or maybe even higher. That sounds more like an expansion more than DLC. This DLC terminology is getting on my nerves. But anyway, the third DLC is going to be new weapons, which I don't really care about. The Muramasa and a Catastrophe Blade. And Sarah gets was Seraphic Wing. So it's going to be some more weapons. They're going to be 99 cents. Little tidbits, little things like that. Check it out, guys. Single player game, so you don't have to worry about multiplayer balance or anything like that. Final Fantasy 13-2, which I really liked. I was one of the people who liked this game. Thought it was a great game. Great improvements on 13's already. I thought it was a very polished battle system. Although a lot of people are like, "Oh, you gotta do is press X." Well, you can, but you know your fights will last 10 times longer if you just press X the whole time. But check it out, guys. Over on PlayStationLifestyle.net, they got the details about this Final Fantasy 13-2 DLC that's coming very, very soon. Now let's shift gears and talk about that other company that makes consoles, the Nintendo company that we talked about in the last show in Game Chat 1, episode 49. Mr. Pachter, you guys remember Pachter bashing Nintendo, basically saying that they were dead in the water, that this Nintendo Wii U is going to fail, blah, blah, blah. They got to price it at $250 or they price it $259, they will fail. And my rebuttal to that was like, well, Nintendo's fine because they have a parachute called the 3DS. And this earnings report that came out pretty much solidifies my point. The 3DS sells 4.5 million units in the US, basically beating out the DS. Now, you guys you've seen that animated GIF where you got the Nintendo founders holding up a DS and their mouths are opening like little robots, like and money's just flying out. And they're going, it prints money. Well, the 3DS prints 3D money. So we got 3 dimensions of money coming out of this. As opposed to 2D, Bwana? What are you talking about, Bwana? You don't make any sense. 4.5 billion 3DS units in America so far. Pretty impressive number given the original DS had only moved 2.3 million. See? I was almost correct. It's almost twice as much, so it's 3D. See what that didn't do there? But basically, there's a little timeline here of how the 3DS is basically just knocking it out the box. The PlayStation Vita's got its work cut out for it. 3DS is selling like hotcakes. And I, for one, didn't see it coming. I, for one, did not see it coming. I was like, well, it's just the DS and 3D. I'm not on board. I'm still not on board 3D. You know, and that's why I like to compare Nintendo to Apple, because the things they do, while innovative, you look at them, you go, so I don't get it. You know, it's like, and you know, it's a 3D DS, so what? And then it sells 5 million. You go, okay, well, maybe they know what they're doing over there. Same thing with Apple. You're like, oh, it's just a big iPod, and iPads are outselling everything. So here we go. Nintendo's doing it again. Here it is again. 3DS just kicking everybody's feet. I'm going to say feet. I'm not going to say the B word. Buttocks. Kicking everybody's feet with these sales. 4.5 million units in the US. Check it out, guys. This is over on Escapist magazine. They got the details over there. Now let's get off of consoles. And let's move on. Well, we're going to stay a little bit on consoles, and we're going to talk about Battlefield 3. And some news is coming out of the Game Developers Conference, which is over in San Francisco. It's, you know, I was kind of sad last week because I wanted to talk about some GDC news on last show, but, you know, GDC had just kicked off, so there really wasn't much to talk about. But now we're seeing some stuff trickle out of GDC. Battlefield 3 customizable servers coming to consoles. Now, when you read the headline, it really sounds like something awesome. You know, it's like, wow, we can customize servers. But then I got skeptic hat jumped on my brain. It was like, you will be skeptic. You will be pessimistic. And I was like, I will be pessimistic. I will be skeptic. So here we go. I don't know what they're going to do here. It makes me think about, you know, with Modern Warfare 3, they have on the consoles what they call private matches. And private matches on Modern Warfare 3 allow you to customize just about everything. It's very, very flexible. You can, you know, limit weapons. You know, you can do a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people make their own, you know, fun modes. You know, you can play infected with, you know, just one particular weapon. And, you know, it's a lot of things you can do. But it's still peer-to-peer. This is why we don't like it that much here at Game Chat with Bwana. So, are they going to bring that kind of customizations to servers, or are they going to go the peer-to-peer route? I'm not sure how they will do this, because when you look at the PC customizable stuff, you know, there's a few options that you can choose to filter. And, you know, it's something that you're kind of at the mercy of the server owner to utilize. So the server owners actually customize the servers. How are they going to implement that on the client side, on the consoles? I really don't know how. You know, the only thing I can compare it to, and the only thing I can you know, get a glimpse of how it would look is if I compare it to, you know, the private matches, because they're very customizable. They're very customizable. So here's a quote: all active players out there playing on consoles today will now have the opportunity to customize their servers and set them up exactly how they want to play. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous thing to say. Set them up exactly how they want to play. Well, what if I want a vehicle only map? Well, yeah, that's coming in DLC. Or what if I want just airplanes and a pistol? You can't do that. Don't tell us we can do it exactly how we want to play when it's probably not going to be that way. Because here's the quote that kind of makes it a little bit more clear. Now, this is a feature that Battlefield on PC we've had for some time, but it's an absolute first on console. So those of us who play Battlefield 3 on PC know that we can't play games exactly how we want to play right now. So to tell console owners that you're going to be able to play exactly how you want to play, and they've been doing it on PC, kind of lends to that statement that, hey, this is not what you think it is. So it's a good direction. I'm not going to be totally negative. It's a good direction. I'm glad they're bringing customizable servers to the consoles, but you might want to bring your expectation meter down a bit, because right now PC is not very customizable compared to what it was in the past. There's a lot of things that are not available to us right now. So check it out, guys, over on joystick.com. They got the details about this. Battlefield 3 customizable servers. Going to be a good direction, but let's see how far EA DICE takes it. Now, speaking of DICE and EA, some news that came out of GDC, probably the biggest news that they announced, other than the one I just talked about, was new major DLCs coming for Battlefield 3. We haven't heard anything about the Battlefield 3 franchise since Back to Karkan, other than patches, obviously. But in terms of DLC and additional content, not tweaks, we haven't heard much. But now we're going to get 3 major DLCs, the first of which is going to be called Battlefield 3 Close Quarters, or as I have nicknamed, Battlefield 3 Modern Warfare 32684.3. Asked me to repeat that. Close Quarters places players in a CQB heavy infantry only theater of war. Medal of Honor, anyone? As players walk through indoors of buildings, Close Quarters is set for release in June. This is probably going to be COD mode. This is definitely going to be COD mode for Battlefield 3. It's probably going to mimic that map that everybody plays, the Meat Grinder map. It's probably going to be similar to that. Battlefield 3 Armored Kill is going to be the next DLC that's coming. This is the one that actually I got excited about. Armored Kill will be a vehicle-heavy DLC featuring new vehicles, including new tanks, ATVs, mobile artillery, and more. It will also include what DICE is calling the biggest map in Battlefield history. So we're going to have a ginormous map with vehicles only, or vehicle-heavy, I should say. And remember I talked about that previous story where console owners will get to play exactly how they want. Sounds like you're not going to be able to do this because, it's coming in DLC. Armored Kill is the name of this one. The final DLC is called Battlefield 3 Endgame, and we don't know anything about Endgame, except that it's the 4th DLC and it'll release this winter. So it's going to be June, fall, and winter. So basically every season from now on, we're about to enter spring. So when we hit summer, we'll get a DLC. When we hit fall, we'll get a DLC. And when we hit winter, we'll get a DLC. And mind you that DICE isn't working on anything else that we know of. I mean, there was a rumored title. I think I saw a story of a rumored title called Battlefield. It was a futuristic sounding title. And I was like, is that going to be a 2142 remake? I forgot the name of it. We were talking about it in our community. But other than that, I mean, we don't know if DICE working on anything else, because we saw in last show, I think it was last show, that Medal of Honor, the next Medal of Honor, is going to be worked on by Danger Close. So, yes. So, exciting news, guys. Exciting news coming from Battlefield Camp. More major content for this game. Check it out over on GameRanks.com. They got the details, and you're over there.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Alright. Remember last show, our title was EA's Mass Effect. It's not in the game. And people were kind of confused on our YouTube comments. They were like, what does that have to do with anything, Bwana? You're not making sense. Well, EA Sports had a saying in their games. Every time you launched a game, it was like, EA Sports. It's in the game. So we kind of took a spin on that and said, it's not in the game. But Game is in trouble. We talked about it last show. Game wasn't selling Mass Effect 3. And, we were like, oh, this company's in trouble. They got credit issues. Apparently it's worse than what I thought, because this paper that was that reported this says that game has to pay landlords in 2 weeks. They got bills due. And if they can't pay those bills, it could jeopardize thousands of jobs. Some other reports came out that GameStop was interested in the Spanish arm of the business, and their British arm, is kind of up in the air. So, Game is in trouble. It's kind of sad because I don't like to see brick and mortars go under. I like the idea of still having brick and mortars around. Digital only is a little bit young, right? It's a little bit young and a little bit immature. I personally think we still need brick and mortars. I think we need the Best Buys. We need the GameStops. We need the other mom and pop game shops. And I don't think we're completely ready for digital only because the DRM stuff is not worked out yet. Even though Steam's going on the right path, I don't think it's all worked out. And until consoles can go digital only, we're kind of at the mercy of these brick and mortars for people who don't have credit cards or people who don't like to buy things online. There's a lot of people like that who don't like to buy things online for good reason. You want to walk into a game, you want to take these cash bills in your hand, and you want to buy the game. So it's kind of sad to see them go under. So hopefully they'll pull themselves together. Maybe they can get somebody to buy them out or to fund them. Maybe GameStop can step in and help these guys out because I don't like to see these companies go under. Check it out, guys. The Europeans are probably watching this very closely because, yes, someone in the chat mentioned that these are mostly in England and Spain, which is a wide area. Check it out, guys, over on mcvuk.com. They got the details over there. Now, a story that broke today using the site that I use for my live streaming, and I'm a volunteer admin on TwitchTV. I saw this break on Twitter, and I was like, what? A very popular, or formerly very popular PC cross-gaming app called Xfire, which I think everybody who's playing PC games at some point either created an Xfire account or knew about it because it was a very popular way if someone were playing like Quake and you were playing Unreal Tournament and you wanted to talk to each other via chat or you wanted to do voice chat. It was a great way to do that. This was, before Steam was really popular, and a lot of games were on Steam. And you can use right now we can use Steam Chat and all that stuff. But Xfire brought us cross gaming chat. A few years ago, they started bringing live streaming. So through Xfire's infrastructure, you could stream a video game. You could stream a video game and other people could watch you play. Marvel the thought, right? We do it all the time at Twitch TV. So it was a natural for these two companies to form a partnership. Now, granted, I have not used Xfire in probably over 2 years. It's been a long time. Ever since the original developers left the company, I haven't been using it. But it's good to see that a company is now stepping up to help gamers stream. Because I talk to gamers all the time. One of the biggest issues for a lot of novice streamers is they don't have the know-how, they don't have the the prerequisites to stream online. Whether it be bandwidth, whether it be CPU, GPU, whether it be audio setup. It's intimidating. A lot of people out there want to stream, but it's intimidating. It's not as easy as it could be. And companies like XSplit are trying to make it easier for gamers. And I'm a partner with Wirecast. Wirecast allows you to stream console games very easily. So they're trying to make that simpler, but the configuration process can be intimidating. So Xfire is taking that step to integrate with Twitch TV. You'll be able to stream your video games from the Xfire program right to Twitch TV. And hopefully this will be a seamless and good solution. Because like I said, that initial hurdle can be very intimidating and very frustrating. You're like, man, this is it. Some people just throw their hands up and say it's not worth it. I only got one person watching anyway. I'm not going to stream. And as this article points out, let me find the quote. And this is something that you guys should hear. Let's see. There's a good quote in here. Here it is. Publishers can also partner with Xfire to create massive libraries of long-tail multimedia content that their players can freely distribute across the web for them. Here it comes. As gamers share their screenshots, recorded videos, and in-game video streams with their friends, more potential players are introduced to their game. Players can increase their cash within the community while game publishers benefit from the priceless SEO content, which is search engine optimization, and increased popularity of the game titles. We've been preaching this for years. We've been saying, come on companies, let us stream your games. People buy games because of streams. I can't count how many people told me, Bwana, I bought Terraria because of your stream. Bwana, I bought Minecraft because of your stream. Bwana, I'm playing Tribes because of your stream. Bwana, I bought Final Fantasy because of your stream. Bwana, I want to go back and play Mass Effect now that I saw you stream it. It helps the companies when we can stream content. And we've been saying it for years, and Twitch knows this. They've been talking with companies to form partnerships. And I'm glad to see that this partnership is now in place, and hopefully it will improve, it becomes stable, and gamers can get their stream on to spread the word about their favorite games, and even give people an incentive to buy the game. Because while you may go to YouTube and see some playthroughs and some Let's Plays, live streaming has its own unique interface and its own unique interaction. You get live feedback. You get live gameplay. You don't get edited stuff. You get the raw. You get raw reactions. When somebody's scared or somebody's impressed by something, you'll hear it unless they don't have a mic on. So you get genuine opinions. They're not doctored from live streams. And I can't emphasize enough that I'm behind live streaming. I do this all the day, all the time, all day. Most of my free time I'm streaming something. It's ridiculous. So check it out, guys, over at MarketWatch.com. They got the details of this particular announcement, which broke today. This press release was 12 p.m. Eastern today. Very, very new partnership between TwitchTV and Xfire. And I encourage all of you who play games, you have a decent upstream, and you have a decent piece of, your PC is a decent PC, to try streaming out. Join our community. We'll help you out. We got a whole tech support section. We got about probably 20 to 30 people who can help you get your stream optimized and up and running. So join our community if you need help streaming, or you can go to support.twitch.tv forums as well. So check it out, guys, over on MarketWatch.com. They got the details about this particular partnership between Xfire and TwitchTV. PC gaming is dead, right, Bwana? PC gaming is dead. We've been saying it for years. It's all about the Xbox 360. It's all about the derpity derp 60 PlayStation derp. It's all about the Nintendo, Wii U, me, and everybody else. Hit the herpity derp derp derp. The PC gaming is the herpity derpity dead. Oh, I was joking for those of you who are a little bit behind. This report, published by the PC Gaming Alliance, Horizons Research 2011, has reported that PC gaming software sales were over $18.6 billion. Here are some of the brief highlights. The global PC games market continued to show surprisingly strong growth in 2011. It's 2012 right now, guys, by the way. I'm not joking, because last night I was streaming and I thought it was April. I kid you not. I thought it was April. I did not know it was March. I was like, wait a minute. Tribes comes out. What? Anyway. Surprisingly strong growth in 2011, reaching a record US $18.6 billion, representing, check it out, overall growth of 15%. This is 15% growth in a terrible economy. No geographical market segments tracked showed a decline. No geographical market segments tracked showed a decline in 2011 in the overall PC gaming revenue, while China continues to grow at nearly twice the rate of the overall global market. 27%, resulting in a record 2011 revenue of $6 billion US in China. Mature markets of Korea, Japan, US, UK, Germany demonstrated significant growth in 2011, together recording increased revenue of 11% in 2011 to $8 billion. So guys, when somebody says PC gaming is dead, there's a significant chance that they don't have a good vision of the entire atmosphere. I was watching some streamers on Twitch, and it's very interesting. For the past couple of months, those of you guys know that there are very popular Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty streamers on consoles. For many months, the top streams were console streams. Recently, a couple streamers stepped up, TBNR Frags and Orb. Two prominent Modern Warfare streamers. They're very good at the game. They've been streaming PC gameplay of Modern Warfare 3. And I'm telling you, I stream PC gameplay of Modern Warfare and these other games, and a lot of people have never seen them or know the differences. And these guys are streaming these PC games, and people are like, man, how much for PC? What video card do you have? You know, what kind of hard drive do I need? What kind of they're asking these questions so that they can get on board with this, because PC gaming is pretty cool. It is. There are differences. There are benefits to PC gaming, and there's a lot of arrogant people out there that make it just make it hard to sell, because you got these PC gaming master race. You console noobs, go crawl back into the shell which you were born. You little SpongeBob looking derps, you don't need to be playing games. Go back to your home. Ha ha ha. They make PC gamers look pretty bad. But in essence, a lot of us are helpful. We're not elitists. We will help you get going. We will, you can join our community. PC gaming does have huge benefits. Now, that's why we get upset when we see a lot of console ports come to PC, because we're used to having those quality games on PC, and now we're seeing a dumbed down trend of games being tailored to consoles and being ported to PC. And we're like, well, where's the awesome? Where's the herpity awesome? So guys, PC gaming is not dead. I'm a big proponent of PC games. I play primarily only PC games now. I'll boot up my PlayStation 3 every now and then. Like, I'm going to play Journey for PS3. I played the Final Fantasy 13-2, and then I got Rayman Origins. But I primarily game on the PC now. It's not dead, guys. Check it out. This is over on businesswire.com. They got the details about the PC Gaming Alliance's report and how well that PC gaming is doing. Now, gotta go fast. April 12th, you gotta go fast. If you're not going fast on April 12th, you're going slow. Going slow is not an option. You gotta go fast. There is no slow. There is only fast. Tribes Ascend, guys. Tribes Ascend. Release date has been announced. This game has been in closed beta, open beta for quite some time. And I've been playing so much of it, and I've been enjoying it. It has been picked up by the North American Star League. Those of you who don't know, go to nasal.tv. That's NASL.tv. This is an organization primarily built around StarCraft leagues, but now the esports community has embraced Tribes Ascend, and you can come over to twitch.tv and you can see a bunch of competitive streamers stream. A lot of these guys are streaming their scrimmage matches and things like that. They're very good at the game. They make you want to uninstall it once you watch them play, because they're very good. But they're fun to watch. Tribes Ascend, guys, this is a game you have to try. If you got a PC that can run this, I tell people, if you can run Team Fortress 2, you can run Tribes Ascend. Or if you can run a Source game, you can run Tribes Ascend. It uses the Unreal Engine. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm trying not to sound like a corporate person, because they're not paying me to do this. I pretty much give Tribes positive word of mouth just because I love the game. They don't give me anything. In fact, they don't give me anything. In fact, I get nothing. Hi, Rez, you listening? I get nothing. Tribes of Sin is going to be released April 12th, and they released this new trailer called Llama Island, which emphasizes the importance of going fast, because going slow is terrible. We call slow players llamas in Tribes. I don't know why. Llamas do move slow, but I don't know why we chose llamas. If you try to take a flag from the enemy base going slow, you will be rightfully called a llama, because you are not going fast. You are going slow, and going slow is not an option. Check it out, guys. This is over on PCGamer.com. They got the details about this particular story. Tribes of Sin release date set for April 12th. Now, let's talk about Counter-Strike Go. This is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is getting some mixed feedback, mostly negative, from a lot of veteran Counter-Strike users. It's like, this game is worse than if you take a Reese's peanut butter cup and you threw it in the garbage when it was a perfectly good peanut butter cup. This game is worse than that scenario. Matter of fact, Counter-Strike Global Offensive made me want to commit suicide. I then went to a doctor, a psychiatrist, and they pretty much talked me out of it, told me that I had more things to live for than hating a video game so much. Matter of fact, I had veins popping out of my head, and I almost suffered an aneurysm as to how terrible this game is. You know, people are taking it that seriously. But it's not that bad. I managed to get myself a beta key finally from Japester of our community. Thank you, Japester. And I played a couple matches. I was like, this isn't that bad. And I tried this new mode called Arsenal mode. And it's kind of a mixture of traditional Counter-Strike and gun game, which I do believe I saw my first gun game mod in Counter-Strike, where if you get kills, you progress to another gun, and you progress to another gun, you progress to another gun. So they added this Arsenal thing, which is a fast-paced mix of bomb planting and gun regression. They got a new map where you're at a house. You're basically storming a house. There's no buy menus. You start with a rifle. If you get a kill that round, you get a progressively weaker weapon. If you get a kill that round, you get a progressively weaker weapon in the next round. After 5 rounds, decide switch, and you do it again. So, I played it, and I tell you, it's beautiful. It's got great graphics. It feels to me like Counter-Strike, you know. But it's like if Counter-Strike and Left 4 Dead 2 kind of merged in terms of engine and looks. I got a lot of Left 4 Dead 2 vibes when I was playing it. Just with the weapons and everything, it felt very much like Left 4 Dead. And, you know, to me, that's not a terrible thing. I'm one of those people who's willing to let Counter-Strike 1.6 go. Bwana. I used to watch your show. I even donate, and I've been part of your community since 1936. But for you to utter the words that you will let Counter-Strike 1.6 go, I am going to break my finger so hard by clicking the unsubscribe button. All these years of my life have I never been so disappointed by a live streamer slash podcaster slash gamer. I'm writing you this letter because I want you to know that I am unsubscribing from your stream because you said you will let Counter-Strike 1.6 go. Sincerely yours, Herpity Herp Derp 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 Derpington. Arsenal mode, guys, it is not that bad. It's willing to give. I think you guys should give it a try. It's not super terrible. You might actually like it. Check it out, guys. This is over on blog.counterstrike.net. They got the details over there.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay, let's move on and talk about mechs. We've been talking a lot about Hawken. You guys remember that trailer I played on here, Hawken, with all the mechs and the multiplayer mechs, and it was so delicious. It looked so good. Well, we all said it reminded us of Mechwarrior, and the daddy is here. A new trailer has been launched for Mechwarrior Online, and it's got some screenshots of what the game looks like. We're going to look through some of these. I'm not going to play the video. But yeah, guys, Mechwarrior's here. Oh, and it's looking quite good. I can't wait until this game. Just looking at that HUD just makes me go, yeah. Ugh, Mechwarrior Online. Why are you so beautiful? Whew. Definitely one you guys should be looking forward to, looking out for. I think it's probably going to be a close match between this and Hawken as to which I'm going to play. I may even play both. But we got that syndrome here at ATB community. Too many games. Too many games. Oh, so much epic. And we were talking about this. This game is going to be free to play if I recall correctly. Let me go back to the original story. It is going to be free to play. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I understood it was going to be free to play. And we were talking about how the quality of free to play games have increased over the years. It's like you get to we're getting to a point, especially on the PC. It's not as prevalent on the consoles. It's getting to the point where you're not going to have to buy out of you're not going to have to get a game out of your pocket. You're not going to have to pay up front for a lot of good quality games. And you know, we got the whole cash shop deal. We got the catch of, you know, you have to sink time into it, but these free-to-play titles, they no longer have subpar graphics. They no longer have subpar sound. They no longer have a really gimped weapon system. They no longer have some poor studio support. They're looking really, really sharp. And you know, I've been spending a lot of time playing Tribes of Sand, and we just talked about that. I've been playing Blacklight Retribution. Blacklight Retribution. Been playing a lot of that. These are free-to-play titles that are very, very polished. And it's crazy. I just got into Ghost Recon Online, which I haven't played yet, but there's another one. And then there was another title that was announced. I don't know if we're going to talk about it here. Warden? I forgot the name of it. It's a new free-to-play game that's going to use the Crytek engine. That was the trailer was just announced. It's like, man, Warface. Thank you guys, Warface. I call it Warden. I don't know why. Warface. And if you watch the trailer of that, you're like, my gosh, that looks better than the games we pay $60 for. And it's going to be free. Oh, man. Things are changing, guys. Things are definitely changing. Check it out, guys. This is over on escapistmagazine.com. I encourage you to look at the trailer, look at the screenshots. Mechwarrior Online is looking really, really good. Now, we talked about last week the possible rumor of a Gabe unboxing, the Gabe Station 3. The Nintendo Gabe 64. We talked about the possibility of a Steambox console PC. Well, Valve has officially debunked rumors. Officially debunked. Let's just read this article. Valve's Doug Lombardi told Kotaku that the company is building boxes to test its big picture initiative, which make Steam play nice with PC setups that use a television set as a display. Lombardi also noted that Valve is experimenting with things like biometric feedback, which was another aspect of the console rumor, but that such experimentation is a long way off from Valve shipping any sort of hardware. With that said, Lombardi did not dismiss the possibility of a Valve-developed hardware in the future. That doesn't sound like a debunk to me. That's a classic deflection. That's like pew. That's like blocking a bullet with your magical powers. I mean, he basically said, yeah, we got a box to test against a television display, and we are testing with biometric feedback, and we're a long way from shipping. That's not debunking rumors. That's saying they're working on it. And he didn't dismiss it. So this big picture initiative with building boxes, I wouldn't call that a debunk. I would call it that, well, we're not done with it yet. That's what that sounds like to me. That's just me. So, yeah. Remember, the PlayStation 3 crossplay initiative was an experiment. Remember, microtransactions and things like that were in development. Anyway, we'll be looking towards this. We'll be looking forward to some updates on this story. Check it out, guys. It's over on joystick.com. They got it. Now, we've been talking about this Scrolls deal with Mojang and Bethesda for a long time, and it's finally over. Finally, Mojang and Bethesda has settled their lawsuit with the title Scrolls. You guys remember this, right? Let me remind you if you don't. Remember, they came out with the title Scrolls, and then Bethesda was like, "Oh, no you didn't. Lawyers, mount up. Charge Mojang. Let them know that we are serious. Let them know that we own the copyright Scrolls, because it sounds too much like the Elder Scrolls lawyers." And the lawyers were like, "Yes, master. We will go forth and let Mojang know." And thus the battle ensued between Mojang and Bethesda. But now it has come to a peaceful conclusion. And the outcome is as such. The two companies reached a settlement on the issue and announced today that Mojang's official page and further elaborated blah 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 blah. As a result of the settlement, Mojang Scrolls will keep the original title, so they're going to call it Scrolls, while the company will actually hand over that trademark that they applied for over to Bethesda. So they say, alright, you can have the trademark as long as we keep the name. In addition to that, Mojang will never make a competitor to Elder Scrolls using the Scrolls name, which is what we all assumed anyway. So I'm so happy this is over. I'm so happy that the lawyers were able to solve this. But copyright law and trademark law, whatever, this is trademark law. It's just so unfair to the companies behind them, because it makes the companies look bad when they sue someone or they issue a cease and desist for a trademark that sounds similar to their name. When the reality is that they could lose the trademark. They could effectively lose their trademark if they don't challenge it. So if they don't threaten to sue, they could lose it. So they kind of put in a place where they have to do something. And I'm reminded of one of the incidents that happened a few years ago with Leo Laporte and This Week in Tech and his Twit trademark. And when Twitter came out, and they called things Twit, and it was like there was confusion. And he was saying that, on his show, that we really have to do something if they go into the podcasting or digital media distribution realm, or we can lose our Twitch trademark. So it's just that weird stuff with trademark law, guys. So if you see a company or you read about a company suing another company over trademark because something sounds kind of similar, don't blame the company. They kind of have to do that. It makes them look bad, and they have to do it. So, I think both companies even said that. Bethesda said that, and Mojang said that. Like, oh, we love them, but we have to sue them. Sorry. Check it out, guys, over on DualShockers.com. They got the details. Mojang and Bethesda have settled their lawsuit. Scrolls will keep the name. Now, let's shift gears. Woo boy, this one's gonna be a doozy. Let's talk about Mass Effect Trey. For those of you who haven't finished Mass Effect Trey, we're probably going to drop some spoilers, so you might want to stop watching until we switch to the next story. So there's your warning. So if you complain about spoilers, don't say I didn't warn you. So every game, every, critically acclaimed game, every epic game, if you will, you can say it like that, has these fans, these really, really dedicated, feverish fans that love the lore. They read the books, they buy the action figures, they keep up with the fiction, they keep up with the non-fiction, they do fan art. They stand in line, they dress up at cosplay shows as the characters. And they're very dedicated to the games. Every single, Final Fantasy has them. Even Call of Duty has them. People are really adamant about Call of Duty. And, BioShock has them. And Uncharted has them. All these, Halo has them. Big titles with big budgets that have good stories. They got really dedicated fans. Star Wars, Star Trek. Don't get me started on those two worlds. They have really dedicated fans. And sometimes the fans can get a little bit loud. And that's what's happening now. Mass Effect 3 had an ending. As with most video games, had an ending. Fans on Reddit that I see a lot, and across certain sites on the internet, were adamantly disappointed with it, to the fact that, to the tune of calling the game ruined, or they are petitioning Bioware to fix or change the ending. And that kind of perplexed me. I haven't heard of any other game ever in my so many years of doing gaming news and reading about games and playing games where fans petitioned to change an ending of a game. They said, this ending is so bad, we want you to introduce DLC or something, some fix to change it, because we can't live with this. So the ending of this game, I played through it. This is how I do. This is why I avoid reviews. This is why I avoid spoilers, because I want a natural reaction to what's happening in the game. I want the way I feel to come through, not based on what other people say. So when I played through the game and I saw the ending, I actually liked it. I was like, oh, that's cool. There are some things left, unanswered. I even said, I was like, well, there's some other characters. I wish I'd know what the outcome was with them. Even though I said my final goodbyes and, we talked a lot, but I would like to know what comes out of those characters. But, it didn't ruin it for me. And I was legitimately pleased. I was like, wow. Here's a game where everything starts out with death and destruction and everybody dying, and there's actually an ending where, it almost seems realistic, where things are not rosy and happy again. The universe has completely changed. Everything is destroyed. Everything is gone. Everything, you can't continue the way you used to go, because these creatures came into the universe and started destroying everything. It's like, wow, that actually makes some sense. No longer can we do things that we did in Mass Effect 2 and 1 because the Reapers came and basically just changed everything. Now, there could have been a better ending. You know, there could have been more fleshed out endings. There could have been more variety in the endings. There could have been a lot of stuff. But the way these fans are making this sound, and this is purely opinionated by me, the way these fans are making it sound is if Bioware purposely just got lazy. And I go back and I look at the Mass Effect 2 ending, and I go back and I look at the Mass Effect 1 ending, and I'm going, what did you guys expect? Because Mass Effect 2's ending, to me, was terrible. I was very disappointed with that ending. I couldn't stand it. I was like, what is this? It's like a combination of Terminator. What are they doing with this giant, another spoiler coming, this giant Reaper human thing? It's so stupid. And it added nothing to me, it added nothing to the lore. I was like, this is just filler. So when Mass Effect 3 comes along and gives an ultimate ending to a very powerful story, that basically scatters the universe. You know, the universe is not as joined. It was kind of a paradox because the universe joined together to fight this enemy, and the result was the universe scattered, but people lived. And I really don't see. I really don't see the backlash. Now I can agree with a lot of their statements that, you know, maybe they should have put more into the endings based on your efforts, based on the choices you made. But I take that statement and I go back to Mass Effect 2 and I go, wow, the only thing your choices made, or the only thing your choices affected was who died and who lived. The universe was pretty much the same ending. You know, the collectors were destroyed. Pretty much. You either kept the collector base or you didn't. But they were stopped. That was the ultimate ending. Mass Effect 1, that ending, you know, with Saren and everything, I liked it, but it wasn't the best ending. And this game, to me, out of the three, had a strong ending. Because the other endings weren't all that great, guys. Okay, I came in here fresh, and I have the benefit of not being influenced by hardly anybody. And I was like, man, this is pretty much the expectation I had with these endings, because Mass Effect 2's ending was so terrible. So I'm the minority. Send your hate mail. Send your hate mail. I'm the minority. I thought the endings were fine, and the choices you made on a universe ending. I mean, what variation of ending do you want? Where the Reapers turn to humans? You want that? You want that drastic? Or the Reapers, you know, a big baby face comes out and he goes, wah, or you wake up from a dream? Do you want drastic endings? You know, if you guys ever played Deus Ex Human Revolution, this type of ending shouldn't be a surprise, because it really reminded me of Deus Ex, where you have the choices and the ending depends on your choice. And I actually enjoyed that ending. I was like, that's pretty cool. There's not a lot of games out there, guys, where you can affect the ending. And I think Mass Effect fans are spoiled. I think Mass Effect fans are used to their games being so different based on the choices they make, that when they have a limited set of choices at the end, they think it's a tragedy. But in essence, I thought it was a good ending. I really did. So this graphic is actually very appropriate. This because if you ever seen this movie with Kathy Bates of Misery, she basically kidnapped the author of a book because she didn't like certain things. And she was like, "You're gonna change." I think this is crossing a threshold of taking something way too seriously. I think the game Mass Effect 3: The Journey was excellent. I think what they did with the game was, you know, some great improvements. There are some minor nitpicks I have, but it was a really good game. And to hang everything on the ending, to me, is just way too much. Maybe if I was a fan of the series, as long as some other people have been, maybe I'd be more affected. But me coming in, I'm just like, this is what I expected. So check it out, guys, over on Destructoid.com. It's all over the internet. Uh, all of it, fans want you to change the ending. They're going to kidnap you if you don't. Now let's talk about our final story for tonight. Diablo PvP update. Diablo 3. So yeah, those of you who are looking forward to the Diablo 3 release and expecting PvP at launch, it's not going to happen. According to this article over on Battle.net, Blizzard has announced that they will not be shipping the PvP component of Diablo 3 at launch, but it will be coming post-launch. So, when this game was featured at the last BlizzCon, and I think the one before that as well, PvP was one of the things I was looking forward to because of all the customizations you could do with the runes and how you can make your character really, really shine and customizable. So, I after reading this, it kind of solidified, my disinterest in the game. Bwana, you don't want to get Diablo 3? No, I'm pretty much not going to get it. The PvP was the thing that I was looking forward to because it was going to be a new refreshing take on a game that I already liked a lot. But I got into this beta of a game called Path of Exile. And, based on the gameplay of that and the gameplay of Diablo 3, I think Path of Exile feels more like Diablo than Diablo, which is kind of sad. And we got games like Torchlight 2 coming out, which is pretty much going to be a Diablo type game that feels a lot like Diablo. So I mean, the fact that they're going to pull PvP out and promise it later doesn't make me confident in the title. You guys are going to buy it. It's going to sell well. I mean, a lot of people who play Diablo say they only play it for single player anyway. But based on what I've seen, I mean, Path of Exile is going to be free to play. Torchlight 2 is going to be cheap, if not free to play. You're going to have better options out there. I don't know, guys. And one thing I want to say is that Blizzard has promised things to be released post-release in the past, and they have not been released yet. Like clan support in StarCraft 2 was promised to be implemented after launch, and it hasn't been here yet. It hasn't arrived. So you can say, well, you can buy it now, get your character leveled, and then do PvP later when they introduce it. My reply to you is that they're probably not going to introduce it. So check it out, guys. Over on Battle.net, they got the details over there. And that concludes all of our stories that we have for you guys. Let's move on to the user-submitted stories that you guys have submitted over at Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love game chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Okay. Let's go over our forums at Bwana.tv/forums where you guys can augment our stories over here that we talk about. Now, we have a little rule here that the stories have to be at least 7 days or no more than 7 days old, and we limit you to 2 stories so that we don't talk for 15,000 hours. So the first story is going to come from TechNiffin. TechNiffin, Ghost Recon Future Soldier has 20 million gun configs. And this is not Ghost Recon Online. This is not Ghost Recon Online. This is Future Soldiers. This is going to be the pay title that's going to be coming on the consoles. I think it's going to be on PC as well. The stock, the ammo, every little component of your gun is going to be customizable. and looks like they're going to really, really do it in. Looks like they're really going to do it for Ghost Recon Online. So I was really, really happy to hear about all these customizations. Really, really happy to hear about all these customizations with Ghost Recon Online. And I thought, you know, the game was already going to be good without this. But it's really, you know, it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to wait and see, I think. Because they always say that there's a lot of configs in games and stuff, but at you know, at some point it's going to reach a conclusion where you're going to say, well, there's only like maybe 10 or 12 strong combos. So while you may have 20 million gun configs, you might only use 5. So it's I don't know. It sounds good on the surface. I'm glad that there's going to be a lot of configurations that are going to come out of this, but you know, 20 million is a large number. I think about you know, I think about Borderlands and like all these different guns you can get, but when I played the game, I only stuck with like 3 or 4 guns. So we'll see. Thanks for that story, Techniffin. Let's go to the next one. Super impressive steampunk portal gun. Super impressive steampunk portal gun. And that looks really good. That is definitely a steampunk portal gun. Wow. And it actually looks like somebody put a lot of time and effort into this. Deviant Artists, Batman and Bananas. Batman and Bananas went and built this ultra impressive steampunk portal gun out of found objects read junk. It is better than the steampunk portal gun I could build out of pieces, blah 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 blah. But this is very impressive. Wow. That is a pretty good title. That is a super impressive steampunk portal gun. So thanks for that link, Techniffin. Moving on to the next set of news. Saram says CCP hints at a PC release of Dust 514. Quoi? Dust 514 is the PS3 title we've been talking about a lot. That's going to tie into the MMORPG EVE Online. We talked about it going to be free to play. I think it was last year. But GDC 2012. PC version of this coming out? When asked about the studio's primary goal with Dust 514, the team had a simple reply. Make the best AAA free-to-play shooter possible, but is it coming to PC? Let's see. And while the devs weren't ready to make any official statements on the spot, a bit of wink and nudging indicates that PC release may still be in the cards. As the dev notes, mouse and keyboard controls are already supported in the PS3 version. And they quote, "I wonder why we did that," Hilmar joked during the interview. So yeah, they're kind of throwing some heavy hints that they're going to be introducing this to PC as well. And if they do, I'm definitely playing the PC version. That you can believe that. And if it's going to be cross-platform, that would be even awesome. So yeah, Dust 514 is looking to be a interesting introduction or interesting title to add to the PS3 and possibly the PC. Thanks for that story, Sarams. Next story. Dark Souls series is not done yet. Dark Souls is an RPG title for the consoles, namely the PS3. And he says, "This course is not over yet. You have to go back to our roots, which is King's Field. We've made many games in that series. We've always been enamored by dark fantasy action RPGs. That's been our core DNA." So yeah, they're basically saying they're going to be working on more and more titles based on the Dark Souls franchise, which I kind of expected. I didn't expect it to go away because it is definitely one of those those games that's critically acclaimed for being very, very hard in terms of difficulty. A lot of players stream it and they rage hard. And that challenge, like I told people a lot, you know, really hard games to me are the ones that are the most intriguing, because that challenge, man. Like I was playing Mass Effect 2. I was playing something, yeah, Mass Effect 2 DLCs. I was playing them on Insanity level, and you know the difficulty really jumped up, but you know it made the game a little bit more engaging and challenging. So, you know these really difficult games are really nice. So they mentioned PC and tablet, or tablet and phone versions. I think they were asked at GDC about this, and it says if we go down that path, it's not going to be what you see in the market today, which are more watered down, less core experiences. He's talking about the tablet. We like to make games for core gamers, so if we take that approach, it's going to be a core experience on a tablet, something that gamers are going to love. If you look at the install base for two different types, blah, 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 3DS, PS Vita, they're incredibly different. For us, trying to find a way to appeal our content, sort of games we're good at, to a new audience is going to be a challenge. That's an interesting story. Thanks for that, Sarams. Next story from Christian Nomel. That Avatar. A lot of info about Assassin's Creed 3 leaked. Yay. We talked about this last show. We saw the trailer actually last show. So some more information is leaked. The guy's name is Connor, but his real name was like English father, Native American, Mohawk tribe. The game is set between 1753 and 1783. It's going to have the Great Fire of New York and Winter at Valley Forge. Yeah, basically the French and Indian War, Treaty of Paris. George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Charles Lee, some other stuff. You're going to explore the frontier between New York and Boston. That's a big frontier. The frontier map is 1.5 times larger than the map featured in Brotherhood. Oh, nice. The updated Anvil tech engine will allow for over 1,000 characters to be on the screen at once. Whoa, should be some big battles. You'll be able to hunt, sell pelts to earn money. Sounds very interesting, man. Desmond will be involved in the game per the day, blah, 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 blah. He will no longer be in a... Oh, okay, this is dropping some serious spoilers, so... I don't want to say too much more. It's like they're giving away a lot of information, but if you guys want to read more into it, thanks for that leak, Christian Nomel. Okay, we got another spoiler from So Soapy. This past weekend was the IEM World Championship, and the winner was MC. Let's check out this story for the StarCraft 2 tournament. SKMC wins IEM World Championship. He took out EG's Puma in the finals. I didn't watch any of this. I think the most things I watched from IEM was the League of Legends stuff, where we saw Moscow 5 basically stomp the crap out of Dignitas. But I didn't catch much of the StarCraft stuff. But it's good to see the MC still king. Well, actually, he's kind of been a little bit of a slump lately. So MC's back on top. Won $35,000 by playing a video game. Esports guys. These guys are making some serious money. EG Puma got 15 grand for number 2. Slayers MMA 9 grand. And M3 Feast, who I've never seen play, got $4,200. Thanks for that story, Mr. Soapy. Ahmad Marshall says Crytek to announce spectacular console PC project in April. Huh. It's the best of this kind of project we've ever done, teases the Crysis dev. This is from a GDC interview from last week. There are so many things I can't talk about. A big part of our business is a big budget console and PC games. We're doing all of these other things, but they're on top of that. We're doing them because they're interesting. That's not even in English, I just said out loud. We still want to deliver the highest quality we can wherever we go. You know about Homefront, you know about Reese. We're working on another project. All three of them are looking really, really good. So they're going to be working on something really big. So That's good to know. We're going to be keeping an eye on Crytek on top of what they're doing with Homefront and Reese. Okay, fraud charge against Activision dismissed. A Los Angeles judge dismissed one of 2 fraud charges against Activision in its ongoing legal battle with former Infinity Ward bosses Frank West and Vince Zampella. Yeah. The judge ruled yesterday that the fraudulent inducement claim made by West and Zampella should not go forward, so it looks like a little bit of a setback for those guys over there at EA now. Remaining claims will stand on the trial on May 7th, so there's going to be a big battle in court when these guys start in May. Thanks for that link. Okay, Fish Twit has a couple of articles. Capcom announces first browser-based title. Yes. Capcom announces first browser-based title. Omnimusha Soul represents the Japanese publisher's first stab at browser gaming. So Capcom's going to be jumping into the browser game. I don't know if they're going to make it free to play. I imagine they will. Capcom has not released an Omnimusha title for some time, with the last entry having shipped back in 2006. There's no release date yet, but it's going to be a Sengoku simulation RPG. So it's going to be interesting to see that they're going to have a browser-based games, and more companies are moving towards that. Okay, back to Karkan. Patch for PS3 tomorrow. Battlefield 3. Check this story out. A new patched version of Battlefield 3 will be available tomorrow. This will fix the weapon animation bug that some of you have experienced, free of charge. Note the changes made on our backend made this re-download mandatory if you buy it tomorrow. So it's going to be a weapon fix tomorrow for Battlefield 3 on the PS3. Thanks for that stories. So those stories. Fishway Emeraldale. GDC 2012, Terra's growth spurt and dynamic events. It's an MMO coming out called Terra, which I've been streaming quite a bit. Let's see. Everyone wants to know what we've been doing the past year, says Terra producer Chris Hager. Hager sighed happily as he reminded us of the title's May 1st launch date. You have no idea how happy it makes me say that. And let's see, we've taken that feedback and it helped us evolve Terra into the game we all want to play. He's talking about the closed beta test. So what have they been doing the last year? Lots of text. New quests, daily quests, achievement system has been added. Rested XP has been added. Leveling curve received attention from the team. So the grind won't be as noticeable, which I agree with that. The significant difference, oh, here we go. A significant difference between the Korean version is that North American Terra won't have individual shops. Instead, the team elected to establish a robust broker system to be the central hub for the players' communities. Not completely sure what that means. So they're talking about an auction house or something? I would hope that would be an auction house, because what I've seen on some of the Korea Terra streams is that you can buy these little guys to sell things for you in the shop. Kind of reminds me of what Final Fantasy XIV did, which I hate. So if they're going to do a centralized auction house, that would be awesome. New reputation system is coming. So instance matchmaking system. So lots of changes coming to Terra. Some of which I knew, some of which I didn't. It's going to be launching on May 1st in North America. Thanks for that, Emeraldale. Denied. Says some Mass Effect players losing items. Bioware responds. Yes, multiplayer. If you haven't played multiplayer Mass Effect 3, you should definitely give it a try. It's lots of fun. But apparently, well, in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, as you progress and get more XP, you can buy these packs using credits that you earn in game, and you give you weapons and they give you characters you can play with and things like that. Lots of useful things. But apparently people have been losing things. Players on the Mass Effect 3 forum noticed an issue with this system. Their items, classes, and other unlocks were disappearing. Bioware is aware of the issue. And the 370 post thread community coordinator Chris Priestley says that you can do two things to reduce the changes to losing items. Avoid, oh wow, whenever a sentence starts with avoid, I get worried. Avoid going into the store while ready for a multiplayer match. It's best to unready yourself before going to the store. Oh, that sounds buggy. Don't accept invites while in the store purchasing. So there's some serious bugs surrounding that, and you know, people put some hours into unlocking these items, and that's kind of sad that you can't go in the store while you're in ready state. That kind of defeats the purpose of that's just bad. Thanks for that story, Denied. Okay. Foxy's posted a link. ArenaNet trolls ATB with Guild Wars 2 emails. Yeah, we don't have a link for that, but if you signed up for Guild Wars 2 beta, which I did with a couple email addresses, blink blink. Not Blizzard. ArenaNet sent out emails today thanking us for signing up. And I saw the email header and I thought it was a key. I actually thought it was going to be a key in there, and it was like, "Oh, thank you for signing up. Here's a video." What? They gave us a link to their Facebook page and video, and they were like, "Oh, thank you." I'm like, I don't want your thanks. ArenaNet, why you don't have no beta key for me? It was a troll email. I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, Guild Wars 2 beta." Oh. They did troll us, though. They trolled us hard. Thanks for that, Foxy. Refresh. Let's see. Who's next? Oh. And that concludes our stories. Guess what time it is, y'all? Guess what time it is? It is... it's title time. Title times where you guys come up with snazzy, witty titles for today's show based on the stories that we talked about. Type them in, preceded with titles so I can see it easier. And we'll vote on the best ones. You guys know what we'll do. Let's go. Titles. Okay, let's read through them. Let's see here. Portal used steampunk. It was super impressive. The Twitch is on Xfire. Mass Effect 3 used end on fans is not very effective. Mass Effect 3 ended with a Quantic dream. I spell Sidewinder F-A-S-T. Bwana 5-0. Bethesda shuts down Bwana. ME3 to bite the end. Crying over spilled endings. Dreams say Kara is not a dream. So many spoilers. Stream shuts itself off. Bioware to change MF3 ending to Minecraft end. 3S. $3 signs. Trollololo War. 1846 billion PC games equals dead. Game over. It was all a Quantic dream, Shepard. Valve introduces box. ME3 fans raging. Customize your battlefield. Dislike the ending? ME3. Me3. Oh, I get it. Battlefield 3, the end game is 9. Tribes with more llamas on 412. SpongeBob Dirt Pants. Fell Ablo. Gabe and Boxton non-existent. BF3 gets dicey, got game, not for long. Community has Mass Effect on Bioware. Bwana brainwashes you into believing Mass Effect 3 ending is good. Oh, I see what you did there. PC gaming can afford to live. My derp is a face. Xfire gets all Twitch like. April 12th, acknowledge. Today is March, Shazbot. The Scrolls invasion ends. D3, ME3, BF3, and some DLC. Mass Effect, where dedication means leaving. KD Studios wins. Alright, I can see the titles are dying down. Mass Effect fans twitch over the end. Mass Effect 3's ending is not canon. Okay, here we go. Let's pick some titles here. There's the first one. Second one. I might do 4. Let's see. I'm going to copy that one to clipboard. I think that's the third one I want. I'm going to do 4 because I see another one I like. Alright. Okay, we got 4 titles. I'll type them in the chat in case you guys can't read this. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. Just vote by typing in the number. Nothing else. Type in the number when you want to vote. The poll's already started, so you can go ahead and do it. This is your chance to vote on titles for this show, Game Chat with Bwana, episode 50. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 50, title time. Vote right now. Okay, I think the votes are starting to slow down, so about 10 more seconds. Poll has stopped. And the results are... the winner is 4. Congratulations to Denied. Congratulations, Denied. You are the winner. Community has Mass Effect on Bioware. And you win nothing. Because here at Game Chat with Bwana, we don't offer physical prizes for Game Chat title time. We give you what's called bragging rights or accolades. You have a full week to brag about your title time win. Because Game Chat with Bwana accolades are not something to be taken lightly. Denied is a new premium member, but he still doesn't know the value of Game Chat with Bwana accolades. So what we'll do is that we'll introduce it as an augmentation to his nervous system. We will put Game Chat with Bwana accolades as sort of a thing from Mass Effect into his body, and he'll be able to shoot rainbows out of his toes. So when he drop kicks enemies, they'll be surrounded by happiness and joy. Because that's how we do it here at Game Chat with Bwana. Congratulations, Denied! You are the winner of Game Chat with Bwana title time. Community has Mass Effect on Bioware. And that concludes episode 50 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. We're here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. You guys come by here every Monday night. We started at 6 p.m. Eastern. We had daylight savings. And I think that might have messed some people up because the time changed here, so it seemed like we were an hour early. It seemed like we were an hour early because the time moved forward. But we had our time change, daylight savings, and we got here at 6 p.m. Eastern. Come by the live stream, twitch.tv/Bwana, live.bwana.tv, and follow the channel. You can join us for when we game and when we do game chat with Bwana. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana, or at twitter.com/Bwana Live if you wish to be notified when I go live. Follow me on G+, follow me on forums, Bwana.tv/forums. We got a great community there. Encourage you all to join us. And again, I want to reemphasize what we talked about with Twitch TV. I always try to encourage people to stream their video games if they have something to offer. You know, you really can get some good exposure, especially if you have like a YouTube channel, you want to get more people to come. A live video stream is a great way to augment and basically coexist with that YouTube channel and get your audience a little bit more engaged and get more people to come. So I encourage you all to join our forums. If you need help setting up your live stream, we'll be happy to get you up and running. We got, like I said, we got a lot of people who know what they're doing, and we'll be able to get you going here. Over here at ATB Community Game Chat Bwana, I also want to encourage you all to consider donating. Go to bwana.tv/donate, and you'll get information on what things I will give you in return for donating $5 a month. We have a premium package here where you get a nice cake icon next to your name in the chat. You get access to subscriber-only chat. You get access to our Minecraft premium-only server. Also, you get some benefits on our Madness server on Minecraft, as well as some other things. No ads anywhere, no ads on Twitch, no ads on our forum. So that's just my way of saying thanks to you guys for supporting us here at Game Chat with Bwana. And we do need the support. The things I provide do cost money. The servers, the forum, everything, the website, all cost money. So all the support you guys can lend is definitely helpful. All right, guys, that concludes Game Chat episode 50. Game Chat 1 episode 50. We are 50 in the can. We are 50 back. We can look backwards and say, well, I did 50 episodes of Game Chat 1. You can call me a paragon of game chatness. Take care, everybody. Have a great week and enjoy your games, and I will see you all next week.